Consider the art of deception, not as a moral failing, but as a strategic necessity. Machiavelli argued that a prince should be a great pretender and dissembler. Why? Because most people judge by appearances, not by reality. They see what they want to see, or what you present for them to see. If you can control the narrative, you control their perception. If you control their perception, you control their reactions. Appear weak when you are strong. Appear confident when you are uncertain. Appear benevolent when you are calculating. The world is a stage, and you are the director, manipulating the lights, the set, and the actors to achieve your desired outcome. This is not about outright lies. It's about managing expectations, misdirecting attention, and allowing others to draw the conclusions you've subtly engineered. What about alliances? Machiavelli would tell you to never rely on them completely. Alliances are temporary instruments, formed out of mutual self-interest and dissolved the moment that interest diverges. Think of them as knights or rooks that you can bring into play for a specific tactical advantage, but never mistake them for permanent fixtures. Be ready to pivot, to discard, to reform. Loyalty, in Machiavellian terms, is a commodity, bought and sold, not an inherent virtue. Always have an exit strategy. Always maintain your own power base, independent of any ally. Your ultimate goal is to become the grand master of your own life, and by extension, the lives you interact with. This requires an unyielding focus on the long game. Every decision, every interaction, every word spoken or left unsaid is a move on the chessboard. Are you moving a piece merely to react to an immediate threat? Or are you positioning yourself for a checkmate 5 moves down the line? This foresight, this ability to anticipate the ripple effects of your actions, is what separates the players from the played. Most people are stuck in the present, consumed by immediate gratification or immediate defense. You must see the entire board, not just the square you're on. This also means understanding the terrain. What are the rules of the game you're playing? What are the unwritten codes, the power structures, the hierarchies? A general who doesn't understand the battlefield is doomed to defeat. A player who doesn't understand the board of their environment, be it a corporate office, a social circle, or a political arena, will never achieve dominance. Study the landscape, identify the key players, understand the flow of influence. This is your reconnaissance, your intelligence gathering. Without it, your moves are blind. Machiavelli's lesson on fortune, or fortuna, is crucial. He understood that pure chance plays a role, like an unexpected move from an opponent, or a random event that reshapes the board. But a wise player does not capitulate to fortune, they prepare for it. They build resilience, maintain flexibility, and always have contingency plans. You cannot control the wind, but you can adjust your sails. You cannot control every variable, but you can control your response. The Grand Master anticipates the storm, builds a fortress against it, and emerges stronger on the other side. This means building a foundation of resources, skills, and strategic relationships that can withstand unexpected shocks. To master this game, you must cultivate emotional detachment. Anger, fear, sentimentality. These are weaknesses that cloud your judgment and expose your vulnerabilities. They are not strategic assets, they are liabilities. When you feel a surge of emotion, Machiavelli would tell you to pause, step back, observe the emotion itself, then ask, how can this emotion be used? Is it a weapon? Is it a shield? Or is it a distraction? The truly powerful operate from a place of cold, calculated reason. They see the board clearly, unclouded by the drama of human feeling. This is not about becoming a robot. It's about controlling your internal state so that it serves your strategic objectives rather than betraying them. Remember the necessity of swift action, but only when the time is right. Machiavelli urged decisive action, arguing that hesitation leads to ruin. When an opportunity presents itself, seize it with both hands. When a threat emerges, eliminate it swiftly and decisively. However, this does not mean acting impulsively. It means preparing for action, understanding the optimal moment, and then striking without mercy or hesitation. The chess clock is always ticking. Sometimes you must wait. Sometimes you must move with brutal speed. Knowing the difference is the mark of a true player. This isn't just about playing a game. It's about shaping your reality. It's about taking control of your destiny instead of being a passenger in someone else's. It's about understanding that power isn't given. It's taken. It's cultivated. It's earned through ruthless pragmatism and an unflinching gaze at the stark realities of human nature. The world will always have those who seek to dominate and those who allow themselves to be dominated. Which role will you choose? Will you remain a pawn blindly following orders? Or will you rise to become the grand master, orchestrating the moves, predicting the outcomes, and seizing the ultimate victory? The choice is yours. Embrace these truths, internalize them, and begin to see the hidden patterns, the subtle levers, the grand strategies at play all around you. Your journey to psychological mastery begins now. Don't be a victim of the game, become its architect. If this resonates, if you're ready to shed your illusions and command your world, like this video. Subscribe to this channel for more unfiltered, brutal truths that will transform your mindset. Turn on notifications so you never miss another lesson in true power. The board is set. What's your first move? Stop playing checkers when life demands chess. Stop reacting, stop hoping, stop believing that the world operates on sentiment or fairness. That naive delusion will leave you exposed, vulnerable, and ultimately a sacrificial pawn in someone else's grand strategy. This is not a game for the faint of heart, nor for the ethically squeamish. This is about power, pure and unadulterated, and mastering the most complex board of all, the human mind. Niccolo Machiavelli, the master strategist of Renaissance Florence, understood this with chilling clarity. He didn't just observe human behavior, he codified it. He didn't just react to political maneuvers, he orchestrated them. He played people like chess pieces, and it is a lesson you must internalize if you ever hope to rise above the fray. Most people stumble through life, treating interactions as random, unpredictable events. They see colleagues, friends, and even family as unique, complex individuals with an infinite spectrum of motivations. This is their fatal flaw. Machiavelli knew better. He saw patterns. He saw predictable desires, self-interest, ambition, greed, and above all, the primal fear of loss and suffering. These are the levers, the strings, the hidden mechanisms that drive nearly every human action. Once you understand these universal drivers, people cease to be unpredictable enigmas and become instead pieces on a board, each with their own limited yet predictable set of moves, each susceptible to the right pressure, the right temptation, the right threat. Consider the pawn, weak on its own, easily sacrificed, yet capable of advancing and, under the right guidance, transforming into a formidable force. The knight, unpredictable in its movements, capable of flanking and surprising, but often reckless if unchecked. The bishop, moving diagonally, covering vast distances but confined to a single color representing those with fixed perspectives or allegiances. The rook, a straight-line force, powerful in its directness but predictable in its path. And finally, the king and queen, the ultimate targets and the ultimate power. Do you see them now? Not as unique souls, but as archetypes, roles in a larger drama. Machiavelli saw them. He didn't waste time lamenting human nature, he leveraged it. Your first lesson, then, is observation without judgment. Shed your emotional baggage. Look at people not through the lens of what they should be, but what they are. Are they driven by a thirst for recognition? A desperate need for security? A burning ambition to climb, no matter the cost? Or perhaps a deep-seated fear of humiliation or poverty? These are not moral failings, they are simply facts, and facts, in the hands of a grand master, become instruments of control. Machiavelli taught that men are ungrateful, fickle, false, cowardly, covetous. Harsh? Perhaps, but true enough to build an empire upon. He wasn't advising you to be evil, he was instructing you to be realistic, to see the world as it is, not as you wish it to be. Once you've identified the core drivers, you begin to understand their moves. If someone craves praise, how do you manipulate that craving to serve your agenda? If another is terrified of losing their status, how do you subtly introduce the idea that you hold the key to their security? This isn't about crude threats, it's about the psychological warfare of suggestion, influence, and the strategic placement of information. You don't tell the pawn where to move, you create a board state where its only logical, self-interested move benefits you. You make their choice your choice. Machiavelli understood that reputation is paramount. Your reputation is your perceived power, your perceived threat, your perceived utility. Do you appear merciful or ruthless? Do you appear consistent or unpredictable? Each aspect of your public persona is a carefully constructed piece of the board. He famously stated, "It is much safer to be feared than loved." Love is fleeting, dependent on the fickle nature of men. Fear, however, is a constant, a powerful deterrent against betrayal. This does not mean you are cruel for cruelty's sake, but rather that your capacity for decisive, even harsh action must be understood. Your power must be respected, and your limits undefined. When people know you are capable of anything, they will think twice before challenging you.